will be swimming upstream in 1988. But a New England deluge became the dead pool for the jittery Jets, who soon found themselves reaching for the life preservers in Foxborough. Every time the Jets came up for air, they landed with a resounding flop. Despite the slippery conditions, the always sackable Ken O'Brien was easy to catch. He was dropped 5 times, and in a 28-3 loss, New York's offensive line was outmaneuvered, while their secondary was overmatched. Number 80 Irving Fryer caught a pair of Steve Grogan touchdown passes in a contest that provided persuasive evidence that this year the Jets might sink without a trace in the AFC East.
But football forecasters are sometimes as reliable as your local weatherman. The Jets kept their sunny disposition, and in Week 2 in Cleveland, they sprung the first of many surprises they had in store for the NFL. A penalty nullified 37-year-old kicker Pat Leahy's first career touchdown, but the Jets turned loose another ageless pair of legs, 12th-year receiver Wesley Walker, who proved he could still outrun the league's best cornerbacks. The Jets rolled up over 400 yards, and fullback Roger Vick, number 43, led the way with 2 touchdowns. Number 48, Bobby Humphrey, emerged as a force in the secondary. His 2 sacks fueled a stunning 23-3 upset win. The undefeated Oilers reveled in their image as the NFL's bad boys and looked to restore the honor of their division on behalf of the Browns.
I tell you what, we've never done to Cleveland what you did. Holy cow. We can't do that to them. You did good, Coach.
Yeah, well, all right, Jerry, you too.
But in their home opener, the Jets needed no extra motivation. And it promised to be a bone-rattling affair.
Ready, go!
Oh, boy, they don't know what they're in for.
If Houston thought New York was intimidated, number 40 James Hasty made it clear on the Oilers' first play that the Jets would back down from no one. And it was the Oilers who were in for a long afternoon of surprises.
A fake draw, back to pass, a long pass deep downfield, and Walker way down. Touchdown! Touchdown by Walker!
Wesley Walker's 3 touchdowns led a spectacular Jet offense that thrilled the sellout crowd and set up the defense to put the disbelieving Oilers away.
Get him right here, baby. Got him right here, dude. Ball. They don't play like that. They can't keep themselves for 4 quarters like we can.
The Jets not only kept it up, they poured it on. Bobby Humphrey was named NFL Defensive Player of the Week, and John Booty helped the Jets defense to 4 takeaways and 5 sacks in their 45-3 win, the greatest margin of victory in Jets history. The message was clear. Anyone expecting these Jets to back down from a fight would be wise to reconsider. Tacklers Troy Benson, number 54, and Kyle Clifton, number 59. The Jets put together the finest three-game defensive stretch in their history, allowing just 16 points against the Browns, Oilers, and Detroit Lions, and anyone else who got in their way. The Lions' frustration at the Jets' hands resounded throughout the NFL as New York engineered a fourth-quarter rally to pull out its third straight win and establish the Jets as the league's most surprising contender of the 1988 season.
The game is tied at 10. O'Brien goes back, sets up, being rushed, starts to throw deep into the end zone. Touchdown! Wesley Walker!
He himself says, well, we just got to start winning in December. O'Brien going to the air on first down, completes it to Toon. Toon gets the first down with about a 13-yard pickup out of the shotgun. O'Brien goes to Schuler at the 44. Angelo. Schuler in motion. Little misdirection with McNeil. And McNeil is in Kansas City territory near the 46. O'Brien with time completes it to Schuler, and Schuler is dragged down inside the 25 of Kansas City. Vick, and Vick breaks loose and gets inside the 15. By 43 inside the 40. And this is just a little chip shot for Leahy, and the Jets get on the scoreboard to lead by a score of 3-0. Here they come. DeBerg breaks loose, but he can't get completely loose as Alex Gordon, the linebacker, coming from the right side. Gets him down out of the shotgun, puts Toon in motion. O'Brien over the middle of Kurt Sohn at the 15-yard line. Kevin Ross, the right quarterback from Temple, makes the hit, and he is a hitter. Griswold number 63, Ted Banker, doing a great job of blocking as Johnny Hector gets it into the end zone, and the Jets put another 6 on the board. And he added a lot to this Kansas City team, but he's just not getting the protection. Here he goes again. Castino, his second sack and his 6th of the year. Theo will now play the outside on the left side for Kansas City on third down and short. O'Brien has the time, and it's intercepted. It is picked off by Kansas City's Lloyd Burris, and Burris is tripped up outside the 40 by Jim Sweeney, the center, or he may go all the way to the end zone. Here come the blitzers. Good protection for DeBerg, and a great catch by Emil Harry, number 86, the second-year. DeBerg, and this one is picked off by McMillan. And we'll be right back after these messages from your local station. The Jets go back to the run. The ball is fumbled, picked up by Kansas City, recovered by Deron Cherry, and Cherry gives possession to the Kansas City Chiefs on that fumble recovery. And they, in turn, have given him great support. He says that secondary, keeping those receivers covered, is why they're getting all of the sacks. That's Carson, and Carson is down to the 39-yard line. Right up the middle in Kansas City, cuts that lead to 7. So the Chiefs get a field goal. They trail by a score of 10-3 with 6:53 in the third quarter. That's Carson in motion. A sack by Tom Baldwin, who replaced Gastineau. And the first sack for Baldwin since 1986. JoJo Townsell, a single safety for the New York Jets. Flag down. He fields the ball in his own 39. Townsell McNeil still on his feet. Finally brought down outside the 30. We'll take him down 16. O'Brien, open man Schuler. And he is down to the 20 where Todd Howard, the inside linebacker on the left side, brings him down. The Jets lead by 7. Schuler in motion to the right. McNeil on the pitch. At the 10 and out of bounds.
Today,
The only 3 games he missed was during the strike. That's Hector. Look at the strength of Johnny Hector to the 1. At fourth quarter, first play at the goal line. Johnny Hector, who has scored once today, is into the end zone. First and 10 on the 20. Here comes Gastineau. Pass completed to Carson. Shakes a tackle. First down and more. Carson breaks. This is what this man can do, and nobody's going to catch him. An 80-yard touchdown pass and run. Steve DeBerg to Carlos Carson, and he got behind Hasty, shook him, and he was off to the races, and the Chiefs are right back in it on one play. And it is now Kansas City trailing by 7. Gastineau. Sack number 3. Schuler in motion. Run behind him, but there's no hole, so Victor breaks it back to the left side. And Roger Vick is fumbling the ball, and Kansas City may have recovered it, and the Chiefs have it. From Giant Stadium and shut down the Chief offense. But DeBerg has an 80-yard touchdown strike to Carson here in the second half, and he hits Carson again. And Carson, in fact, it was the second play of the fourth quarter. DeBerg to the far side. Carson again, out of bounds, and a flat. Here come the Jets. DeBerg has time over the middle. It is caught. And it will be 14. DeBerg caught inside the 5 by Harry. It'll be first and goal to go for Kansas City. Wide open. Touchdown. Emil Harry, number 86, and the Chiefs can tie. So the game tied at regulation, 17-17. After the Freeman McNeil. 35-yard line of Kansas City, Freeman McNeil. The Raiders in Cincinnati, we welcome you to Shea Stadium in the rain. We're in overtime. O'Brien throwing. Pass completed to Mickey Schuler, the tight end. 24-yard line of the Kansas City Chiefs at a first down. 4 to the deep pass. Third down 9. Fumble by O'Brien, covers it at the 27. This will be about a 47-yard shot for Leahy. Somewhere. Not good. Kansas City is alive. Here comes the blitz. DeBerg ducks out of it. But he is not going to get the first down. He'll get a couple of yards, and that's all. O'Brien over the middle. Al Toon trying to get out of bounds and does at the 49-yard line of Kansas City at a minute 53 seconds remaining in the OT. Second down. Time. Caught by tight end Billy Griggs. He can get up and run. Nobody touched him. He tries to get the first down. He's inside the 40. Look
And Mark, you have 3 balls.
The Jets want to get closer. McNeil, they're going right up the middle to stay right in line with the goal post. Kansas City recovered the fumble. That's the one thing that we were thinking about when I just asked you the question. You hadn't heard of the running backs. Now Kansas City's got to hold on to the ball. As DeBerg will go up the middle at the 30. Connects with Stephon Page. For a big shot. Up the middle. It is intercepted at midfield by Bobby Humphrey. And the Jets have the ball at 25 seconds to play Emil Harry, 86, was the intended receiver, and now the Jets will have a chance. Player of the month in September. O'Brien, 1st and 10. Far side, 2. Out of bounds. 43-yard line at Kansas City. Ross had the coverage and 20 seconds remain. And had the game well in control at halftime. But the Chiefs, to their credit, really came back strong. O'Brien, caught by Schuler at the 35. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And did O'Brien, the flag goes down. O'Brien slammed that ball into the ground. Another flag goes up. He doesn't. So Ben Dryant says, we're going to end this thing in a 17-all tie because we don't have any time left. Joe Walton comes out and says, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We had some time left. But the issue has been settled because both teams are leaving the field. And this game ends in a 17-all tie in overtime as both teams had shots. Leahy missed a field goal wide to the right. And it was really very long for his range. And it was a driving rain that was taking place at the time. So you can't fault Leahy for missing that one. Also, the Chiefs came back. They had a shot, but they just couldn't put any points on the board.
The Cincinnati Bengals went into week number 6, the only undefeated team in the National Football League. They're playing another surprise team, the New York Jets. I mean, Sam Weish against Joe Walton, perhaps the game of the year to date in the AFC. A lot of people thought this could never happen, but those guys certainly are having the last laugh. Weish looking to become 6-0, first time since '75. The Bengals have done that. Bud Carson on the right, Joe Walton, the head coach of the Jets, on the left. Wanting their team to play good defense, but they wanted Kenny O'Brien to play better. He let the ball slip away, but favors returned by Jim Breach, who had this field goal blocked by Kyle Clifton. Then on a seemingly easy extra point, Breach put excitement back into that play by doinking it off the left upright. Then on another extra point, it's blocked. Jim was into the breach today, no question about that. Boomer Esiason, tough day for him at the start. First play of the game, Lyons and Mercereau combined on a safety, 2-0 Jets. Next offensive play in the first quarter, Stanley Wilson, Troy Benson will pick it up, and that will set up a Jets touchdown by Roger Vick. But then Boomer got it going. After they settled down, look at Boomer, how smooth he is to Eddie Brown. 27 yards. Eddie caught 5 on the day for 103 and 2 touchdowns. Then later in the first quarter, Boomer to Eddie Brown again. 60 yards. He could go all the way. He does. At this point, it was a 9-6 ball game. And when you have time, no wonder the Bengal is roaring. And Tommy, Boomer has all sorts of time when they get started.
Boomer has an offensive line that includes some guys that are pretty big. They tend to get the job done.
Plus, occasionally they kept guys like Ickey Woods into double team. Gastineau down. Esiason to Tim McGee. The feed in 1, 2. Well, you know what? They took about 10 minutes to look at the replays after scoring a touchdown. We saw it in, what, about 20 seconds?
Took about 20 seconds.
But so the crowd had to wait 10 minutes, and the next play, Boomer threw another one to Eddie Brown, which did count, 7 yards. Bengals lead at 12-9. Ken O'Brien could not get it going, really. He was sacked 4 times. This one by Jason Buck, who's played so very well. O'Brien throwing for only 151 yards today. With the game tied at 12 in the second quarter, look at Boomer for Tim McGee. I mean, these passes are picture perfect. 38 yards, 19-12 Bengals. Boomer only threw it 20 times. Bengals led by 7 at the half. Jets coming back in the third quarter. After a fumble recovery, O'Brien to Al Toon. Runs a long way to get in the end zone, but it works. 11 yards, touchdown. We're tied at 19. Third quarter, the Bengals come right back. Ickey Woods breaks a tackle and a 5-yard touchdown. The Bengals lead at 26-19. And then the Bengals put it away on the ground. Ickey Woods, look at this run. Threw a couple tacklers into the end zone. Woods' first 100-yard day and then some. The rookie out of UNLV, 139 yards rushing, a pair of touchdowns. And then how about defense, David Fulcher?
Biggest DB in the league, had to stretch that big frame out to knock that one away.
The safeties are playing well, the corners are playing well, and the Bengals went on to roll. Give the Jets jet lag. 36-19. First time the Bengals have been 6-0 since '75. Paul Brown's last year as a coach, they went at the wild card. At any rate, after last year compared to this year, Boomer Esiason, what about it?
The team's a year older, you know. I mean, we experienced all the bad feelings last year. You know, if you could deal with anything like we did last year, I mean, this is a piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Well, that's funny. We wouldn't have heard that last year. Tommy, no, Brooks didn't play. Wilson carried 2 times for 1 yard, and the Bengals are winning big anyway.
They made every mistake they made last year, and they made it in the first half today. The thing is they have a new attitude. That's what they talked about this week. They're playing as a team, no special teams, no defense, no offense, one team. They made up those mistakes, and it didn't hurt to have a guy like Ickey Woods.
Axe. We saw on game day the T-shirts, Axe the Axe. Tell you what, you said they'd have to vote you in for playoff shares. You're a great inspiration, pal.
Well, if the Bengals sent me a piece of cake, I'm afraid it would still have a file in it, and I wouldn't know about it. But I did want to say, you know, one thing, the Bengals are among the first to testify that people on this show don't necessarily pass IQ tests. Therefore, when we went out to Cincinnati, Tommy was smart enough. He went to Bob Trumpy's radio show, and Trump brought up a very good point. He was talking to a local character named Too Sweet who calls in almost every night, and he said, they're talking all about emotion and this and that. He says, you know, it also helps to have cornerbacks who can cover, running backs who can kill the clock like Ickey Woods, and that's the truth. This is a good team. They got players who can play and a coach who can coach. Let me get that in.
Make a note. Early October 1988, a coach who can coach, Pete Axtell. When we return, we will be back to show you the Skins and the Cowboys. We'll show you how Buffalo did against the Colts and everything else in week number 6. Stay with us. Primetime is rolling along.
In Week 7 at the Meadowlands, the Bills' first Monday night appearance in 4 years, Norwood responded by hitting 3 field goals against the Jets. But it was far more than the Bills would need as they put on a clinic for the nation to see. Defensively, Bruce Smith recorded 2.5 of Buffalo's 5 sacks, while offensively, the Bills seemingly could do no wrong.
35 in the shotgun, an all-out blitz, and Kelly throws, and it is deflected and caught by the Bills, and going into the 30, to the 20, is Flip Johnson, to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
While Flip Johnson made the most of his first NFL reception, receiver Andre Reed made the most of his initial primetime exposure, catching 7 passes for 2 scores.
A lot of the guys haven't been on Monday night, including me. You know, I think that was really a big test for us to go out on Monday night.
Pass rusher Mark Gastineau abruptly left the team before the Jets' Week 8 clash in Miami. The move left number 22 Eric McMillan and the rest of New York's infant secondary alone, awaiting a baptism of fire before the NFL's high priest of passing, Dan Marino. The Dolphins burned New York early, but the resilient Jets bounced right back.
O'Brien takes the snap back, gives off to a pitch out, back. It goes on a flea flicker, a long pass deep downfield to Walker. Touchdown!
Behind Ken O'Brien, Walker, and NFL pass-catching champion Al Toon, New York stormed ahead. The Jets' offense executed at a textbook level of perfection. Then, Eric McMillan flashed the kind of brilliance you can't learn in school.
The pass, Marino throws over the middle. It's deflected, intercepted. Running at the ball with McMillan along the left side. Takes away from one man and another along the far sideline. All the way. Touchdown. Touchdown, McMillan.
The first-year safety highlighted a 30-point first half, and the Jets showed no signs of letting up after intermission. Kurt Zone's touchdown gave New York a 37-17 third-quarter lead. But as evening crept in, the Dolphins crept back into the game. Marino had the Jets on the ropes, but New York refused to go down. Cornerback Carl Howard's dramatic interception snuffed Miami's rally. And on the Dolphins' next possession, backup end Tom Baldwin put the heat on Marino, forcing another errant throw. The interception by safety Rich Miano iced the win for the Jets as it set up New York's scoring machine, Johnny Hector, for one of his team-high 10 touchdowns. The 44-30 upset victory was cause for celebration, and head coach Joe Walton called the win his most satisfying in years. He watched it fittingly end on the Jets' 5th interception and Eric McMillan's 3rd of the game. What was billed as the Jets' funeral had turned into McMillan's coming-out party. And instead of dirges, they were singing the praises of the Jets' Pro Bowl-bound rookie.
But look who's here to save the day in New York. It's Captain Colgate. He was on hand Sunday at the Meadowlands to remind the Jets to brush between meals, floss twice a day, and to make sure they filled their cavities on defense. New York entered the game with the AFC's #1 rated rushing defense, but Ernest Jackson of the Steelers found enough holes to build a 10-0 first quarter lead. But Pittsburgh's defense is in need of far more fillings than New York's, and Jets quarterback Ken O'Brien knew just where to do the drilling.
Roll out to the right, a pass into the right corner, touchdown! Touchdown! Into the right side, Mickey Shulis.
The Jets posted their first ever victory over the Steelers in 10 tries and will attempt to put the bite on the Colts this week in Indianapolis. Colts are finally exercising some authority in the AFC East. After a 1-5 start, Indianapolis has picked up their playoff pace of 1987, and it is rookie quarterback Chris Chandler who is helping the offense hit a healthy stride.
Traffic gets to the right. He's got it open. He's at the 30. He's at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Chris Chandler. He rolls to the right.
Chandler's elusiveness was nothing new, as for the 4th straight game, he avoided being sacked.
Chandler back to throw. Sets up, throws one deep, intended for Verdant. Clearance is there. Touchdown! Verdant!
The Colts probably would have worked up more of a sweat Sunday afternoon doing aerobics, as like the Vikings, Falcons, and Bengals, they got a victory the easy way, by a blowout. Beat being mired in the Meadowlands Sunday, where the Patriots met the Jets in a game drenched by the elements, a torrent of penalties, and very little offensive execution. Neither team completed a single pass in the first quarter, but Patriot quarterback Doug Flutie eventually ended the drought with the lone scoring strike of the day.
Flutie back to pass, wants it all. Morgan open, touchdown!
A slow start may have had the Patriots singing the blues, but now they've changed their tune to "Don't worry, be happy," because they're back in the playoff race. last Sunday waved goodbye to the rest of the AFC East by turning the conference's top-rated defense loose on the visiting Jets. Buffalo stuffed New York to send the game into overtime, where the division title rested on the foot of Scott Norwood.
Waiting for the snap, the put down, the kick is up, and it is good! It is good! The Bills have won it in overtime! They win the division championship! 9-6 over the Jets, and this place is bedlam! It is bedlam! Unbelievable!
The 11-1 Bills became the earliest team to clinch an AFC division title since the league began its 16-game format. And for this, Buffalo fans had a special way of saying thanks.
But the issue in Buffalo, could the Bills win the AFC East? The earliest clinching of an AFC division since they went to the 16-game season. Into town with the Jets, and Leonard Smith throws Wesley Walker out of bounds. A scuffle ensues. Referee Dick Hantak had his hand full, especially in the first half, and throws Smith out of the game. What do you think, Tom?
Certainly a bad hit, but no need for him to be ejected from the football game. I've seen much worse in a lot of games where guys stay in.
I think Marv agrees with you on that. At any rate, the Bills early on had many penalties, and one penalty really hurt them because at the end of the half, in a 3-0 deficit, a 41-yard field goal, they took too much time, and from 47, doink, that's Scott Norwood's range. You know it now. 47-yarder off a crossbar. Jets lead 3-0 at the half. 6-3 Bills in the fourth. Pat Ryan got the start today. Here at Al Toon, who learns who Shane Conlon is. Big time. Ryan, not great stats, that's for sure, in the rain at Buffalo. But Ryan did hook up a couple times with Wesley Walker, including this pass late in the fourth quarter for 21 yards that helped set up a Pat Leahy field goal that would tie the game at 6. Late in the fourth, the Bills on the move at the Jets' 25-yard line, and the rookie's been steady as heck. Thurman Thomas fumbles the ball. Scott Mercereau picks it up for the Jets, stalls the drive with under 4 minutes to go. With 25 seconds to go, the Jets looking for the go-ahead field goal to make it 9-6. Freddie Spurless, number 76, blocks it, and Ryan makes a saving tackle on what could have been a touchdown, and so we go to overtime in Buffalo in the rain. The coin toss, Jets win it, elect to receive. But on the second play of overtime, Roger Vick, Derek Burrows with the hit. Cornelius Bennett, number 55, picks up the loose football. And then 4 plays later, 3:47 into overtime, Norwood from 30. Not pretty, but it's good. Norwood gets the Bills, a 9-6 win in overtime. And are they happy in Buffalo? There go the goalposts. 12 games in, and the Buffalo Bills are champions of the AFC East. They've won 7 in a row, and they win today in overtime by a count of 9-6 on a day where the Buffalo Bills simply said, our defense is going to make the big play eventually. Although for a while it looked very hairy for Buffalo.
A great Buffalo defense that was missing quite a few tools. Kelso, Burrows, Bruce Smith from time to time out of the game today. The ejection of Leonard Smith, and still able to hold the Jets to 6 points. That's a tribute to that defense.
This team is also missing a lot of emotion today. You know, coming off that franchise history type game Monday night, where they just showed the nation, national television, how they could destroy the Dolphins. Marv Levy was worried there would be a letdown today, and sure, there were. All the symptoms, lack of concentration, stupid penalties, but it's a sign of a good team and an early clinching team that they can beat a bad team even when they're flat. It also helps when the team they're playing at the Jets.
Well, the Jets played okay. I mean, their defense played pretty well today, although Riddick did have 103 yards running, Thurman Thomas 88 yards. But for the Buffalo Bills, this is a team that's given up 15 points in the last 4 games and only 1 touchdown. This is a team that means business, and they have a 2-game lead and best record in the conference going into Cincinnati next week for a big game.
Around Sweeney, the patchwork core of young linemen found their niche, and veteran tackle Reggie McElroy, number 68, continued to thrive. McElroy led Freeman McNeil into the end zone in the Jets' Week 13 rematch against the Dolphins, a game destined to become another classic in this crowd-pleasing rivalry. At quarterback, Pat Ryan got the start, and the offense never missed a beat. 341 yards passing and 2 touchdowns added up to the best numbers of Ryan's 11-year career.
Triple flanker to the left side, going straight back to pass. Ryan throws into the right corner. Touchdown for Walker.
Al Toon also set a personal high with 14 catches as the Jets ran up a team record 597 total yards and an NFL record 39 first downs. The Jets led 24-14, but just as they looked to run away with the ball game, they lost control of it. New York's bad luck snowballed as Miami scored 20 unanswered points and knocked a dizzy Pat Ryan out of the game. Then in stepped Ken O'Brien, and everything came back into focus.
Come on now, come on!
With his team behind him, O'Brien led a desperate fourth-quarter charge.
O'Brien out of the shotgun, throws into the end zone, a lob pass, good, touchdown! Mickey Shula made the grab.
Wesley Walker's second touchdown capped the Jets' courageous 38-34 comeback win. The victory testified to the ever-increasing strength of the team's character that would keep growing through the season's final game.
Out of the shotgun, and deferred, looking long for Carlos Carson. He has it, touchdown. But here, Kansas City has a 7-0 lead on the Jets off the touchdown pass to Carlos Carson. The early first quarter, Hector fumbles and recovered by Deron Cherry. And the later games also getting out in front. It's a second down and 13 off the delay of game. And DeBerg with the time going deep for Page. Wide open, touchdown!
The defensive line, it shut down Eric Dickerson, and then we also saw what they did in Detroit on Thanksgiving Day.
There was a sign detrimental to the Kansas City front office, and the crowd reacting as Ryan has a wide open Schuler down to the 15, down to the 10, a gorgeous move, and he is in for the touchdown. He put the deke on Lloyd Burris, and it's a 42-yard touchdown pass play. So the Jets back at Arrowhead a moment ago, the security man took this sign away. Here's what it said. Jim Schaaf, the general manager of the Kansas City Chiefs, who has been on the spot along with head coach Frank Gans. Here's Paul Palmer, who in his first kickoff return fumbled, although it was recovered. And he fumbled again, and this time the Jets recovered. I don't believe this. Palmer is the second-year player out of Temple who kiddingly said on the team bus going to the matchup with Pittsburgh last week that he thought he might fumble a couple because that might help ensure that the coaching staff would not return next season, and the coaching staff, not showing a wonderful sense of humor about that statement, suspended Palmer. Sat out the entire ball game. In fact, was sent home to Kansas City and was reinstated this week. His first fumble on the opening kickoff was picked up by Angelo Snipes, and this one was recovered by the Jets. 22-23, but here is Leahy with the Jets trailing 14-7. And he's got it from 33 yards away. It is now a 14-10 Kansas City lead.
And when they were short.
Taylor at midfield, big rush, and he gets it off. And here's Taylor out of the 35. to the 33, a 35-yard punt, and a 7-yard return. Major Harris in a battle of the nation's only unbeaten team. The Birds throwing deep again, has a man wide open. Touchdown! Once again combining with Stephon Page, this time for 33 yards. A tackle game last week against Pittsburgh. Ryan with a 3rd down and 7. And Ryan going deep for Toon. He's got him. Al Toon with a long gainer. Al Toon with his 78th reception leads the NFL coming into today. And here is Ryan going sideline with Schuler.
Right in.
All 2nd and 6 at the Kansas City 15. 81 Briggs in motion to the ground. And a spinning move by Johnny Hector. And then comes in motion McNeil inside the 5. 8th play of the drive for the Jets, a 3rd and goal. And here is Ryan throwing end zone, touchdown. Al Toon, who was behind Mickey Schuler, using his 6'4", 205 pounds to come up with that pass.
Why you have a hurry-up offense? You run a running play. You have 3 timeouts. Why don't you just go ahead and take one?
2nd down and 5.
All the time you take to call it at the line of scrimmage.
The Bird getting the time, and let's see if they roll that into rather interception. Troy Benson with the shoe top grab. Penalty marker thrown. Apparently it is an interception for Benson. And a flag. Well, the Jets take over. 1:14 left in this first half. Jets first down at the 38. Play action. And Ryan with the time again, able to find Toon.
They were able to cover up. And 11 of those guys are missing. Not guys, but sacks are missing because they're hurt.
Ryan directing traffic, couldn't find anyone, and then found the opening and runs for the first down. He's 18 for 23 on the season. Full snap. But Leahy able to correct it. And he puts it right through Berg, and it's the Chiefs 21 and the Jets 20. Field will be by the Jets. Again, it is Schuler, 82, peeling off. And Ryan had it knocked away. And we'll have to wait and see what the call is. It appears the Chiefs have it.
Wait a minute. That's a forward pass.
No, they say it is a fumble. Jets jumping, trying to distract Lowry. And it is blocked. Picked up by Miano. Marty Lyons with the block. The Raiders have outscored Denver 52-6.
And the Raiders also only have 1 loss in their division, and that was to Seattle the other night.
3rd and 1, and Hector galloping for the first down and more. 16 yards for Johnny Hector. Blocked by Alexander on that play. First down at the Kansas City 45. And Ryan has a wide open Al Toon. He can put the moves on. Does it to Cherry. And Cherry rides him out of bounds. The Jets will have a 1st and goal. 38-yard pass play. So is exactly what Hector does for the touchdown. So the Jets have taken the lead for the first time this afternoon. 1st and 20. Ball back at the 30. And flags thrown. DeBerg able to complete to Carlos Carson. Here as DeBerg has a first down at the 24. Hurd with the opening. Hurd trying to rip by McMillan. So Lowry puts the points on the board, and again you hear the reaction. 21-yard field goal. And the Jets now lead by the score of 27-24 as we get start.
You see John Galvin's block, number 51 for the Jets. I mean, I hope it's in this frame because he just wipes out somebody right about there. I mean, you talk, well, just see it at the top, just disappeared, and then Humphrey comes all the way across the field, and JoJo Townsend gets in front of someone. You all getting help from the backup guy, the guy that's back there with you.
Touchdown. Adam Schuler in motion. And McNeil to the outside. Able to turn it. Getting to the 45.
Cole is 4th and 2 on the 3.
Jets first down at the Kansas City 39. Here's McNeil. And he continues his excellent running. Another first down for Freeman. This time 15 yards on the play. Tune in motion. Ryan sideline for Schuler. Completes it for the first down. 10th play of the drive from just outside the goal line. And let's see. Are the Jets in? Yes, they are. So they have come from behind as they did a week ago against the Miami Dolphins. Jets 34, Kansas City 24. Backfield along with Christian Okoye. Palmer in motion. And the bird completes to Page at midfield. Well, earlier today, victories by Indianapolis and New England, which means that a loss by the Jets here today would eliminate them from the wild card playoff possibility. Coming away with a victory, Houston going into tonight's play with a record of 9-4. Second down and 6, and the bird going deep for Palmer. He's got it. 31-yard pass play. Saxon Bird in the backfield, 3rd and goal. Again, the timing pattern, but Page could not get to it, and a flag is thrown. That is Saxon in motion. Okoye is in for the touchdown. Clock is running. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. 4th quarter. Big rush. And it's a pop fly from Prokop. Here is Taylor. A 28-yard punt. 3rd and 10 from the 32. And the bird overthrows. Harry in the area, but again a flag tossed, and the Jets are upset.
They can't call this pass interference. If they're going to call anything, it's got to be holding. Yeah.
Number 28, 5 yards, first down.
First down of the 37 with 2:40 remaining, 4th quarter. And the handoff to Saxon, running well with the spin, has the first down. Entitled Within, sounds like something you could really get your teeth into. As the bird goes sideline and completes, has the first down and more with Carlos Carson out of the 30, picked up 16. Liano, 2nd down and 8. And the bird with the completion. Carlos Carson diving for the first down marker. 2nd and 10 from the 18. And the bird going end zone. It is broken up with a penalty marker down. On the coverage of Emil Harry, and it will be another interference call on the Jets. 5-3, looking to go in front. And the handoff to Okoye. And he is short.
Score a touchdown on 3rd down.
It's Saxon. Chiefs feel they have it. The officials checking it out. He did not cross the goal line. So a 3rd down play coming up. And the clock is running. They're down to 20 seconds remaining. Jets lead by 3. And it's DeBerg, and he is stopped. The clock is running. They have 1 timeout left, and they take it. 5. It is a 4th and goal from a half-yard away for the Jets. Their playoff hopes ride on this. Saxon is in. With 2 seconds remaining, Kansas City has taken the lead.
You've got to give an awful lot of credit to Saxon on this play, because of the leg drive, the continuous effort of Saxon. He never stopped moving his legs. He kept driving. He got in there behind Christian Okoye and ended up with a touchdown. He was actually stopped. Watch this play right to left there. There's something going over the top. Right there he stopped. But watch his legs. They never stopped driving. He takes that ball in the end zone on his own.
James Saxon, a 6th-round draft pick, a rookie from San Jose State. And here is Lowry giving the Chiefs a 38-34 lead. But Lowry will try to bounce it. As time runs down, here is the return. Final seconds, and that is it as K.D. Dunn, a backup tight end on a reverse. This looks like something we saw in the college ranks several years ago with the Stanford band taking the worst of it. The play is still alive. Do you believe this? Going nowhere. Booty throwing it back the other way. We'll see this play on every highlight show in America. This is Fa'aola with it now. Back it goes again. And now here's the another lateral. Unbelievable. Play is still alive. And here's Schuler. And he goes behind the back and it's over. Although this man is not smiling, the game ends on a comical note. The Chiefs over the Jets 38-34, and the Jets now eliminated from wild card contention.
Avoiding punt coverage was JoJo Townsell, who led the AFC by averaging 11.7 yards a return.
Taken by Townsell at the 45, cuts through, open to his left. He may go all the way. He will go all the way down the middle. JoJo Townsell has been threatening to break one all season, and he just did.
Against the Colts in Week 15, Townsell sparked a team-wide explosion.
Snap back to O'Brien. He throws over the middle, complete. Tune all the way. Touchdown.
24 second-half points were accompanied by a defensive surge that recorded 3 interceptions and 5 sacks. Number 91, rookie Paul Fraze launched an assault on Eric Dickerson. And the Jets corralled the Colts All-Pro for a season-low 42 yards rushing. With a 34-16 win, Kevin MacArthur and the Jets tripped up the Colts' playoff hopes while evening their own record at 7-7-1.
The New York Jets will also be absent from the playoff party, but a win over the crosstown rival Giants would certainly add to their holiday joy. A Jets win had the potential of knocking the Giants out of the postseason picture, and this was more than enough motivation for Marty Lyons and the Jets defense, who ambushed Phil Simms with 8 sacks. Other mistakes plagued the Giants, like a fumbled punt at their own 6-yard line that led immediately to a 6-yard touchdown run by Freeman McNeil, number 24. The Jets took the lead 20-7 before quarterback Phil Simms engineered a late third-period rally.
Samms fakes, drops back, waiting for something to open. He's going to run, throws the fake for the corner, touchdown!
The Giants produced the go-ahead score with just under 5 minutes remaining in the contest. After Lyons Lionel Manuel's touchdown, a defense that had led the Giants to 3 straight wins was primed to stop a last-ditch Jets drive. But after a casual yet emphatic sideline discussion with Coach Joe Walton, quarterback Ken O'Brien was prepared to send the Giants home for the holidays.
O'Brien looking right and left. A pass into the left corner. Touchdown! 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 Al Toon has a touchdown!
O'Brien's scoring pass to Al Toon concluded an 8-play, 52-yard drive that also put an end to the Giants' playoff hopes. Both teams will be home to see in the new year, but the Jets are the only ones happy about it.